Now you got the Lifestealer picked up, so... Lifestealer is, he's got the vehicle of the Batrider for the moment being. Elder Titan going to be there to set up AoE sleep. Hopefully set up for maybe a lasso later in the game when they can blink, lasso, and fest pop, which is a decent combination. The one thing that I always have to note about this is that Vici Gaming have already been invited. They don't have to win. And based on points right now, CDC could overtake them. They need 1 point to basically clinch not going into relegation. That's actually false. They need like 2 points. And once they can't go into relegation, whoever they're up against, the last expect them to win that series. It's just they're invited to MDL. They don't need to finish in the top of this this league right now. Top 3 go to MDL. They're already invited. It doesn't matter. For IG, it does matter. They're top of the group right now, and they're using bubble-style playoffs. So the higher you are in the group stage, the further you are in the playoffs. So top of the group seeds in the semis, second and third seed in the quarters, and then 4 or 5 seed in the round of 8 or whatever. So Tidehunter picked up here for IG, seemingly putting Sand King in the off lane. Jaro could be safe, could be mid, it really depends. Shadow Shaman would be nice with him, setting up the Rocket Barrage, as well as just having that lockdown, as well as the Hex. We'll see what Vici Gaming want to do with their off lane and safe lane practically set. Batrider could be in the 4, and I wouldn't be all too surprised, honestly. Legion Commander getting banned out, as well as that Oracle. Take away that False Promise to purge the lasso, as well as the press the attack. Still Abaddon available, but he doesn't really get picked up too much. So let's see what Vici Gaming want to do in terms of their 4th pick. In terms of position 5 heroes, you could go to the Rubik, could go to the Witch Doctor, who's available if they want to pick up the 5 before this last pick.
Invictus Gaming.
And they pick up the Lion. So Lion comes in here. Not exactly a hero for Lifestealer to jump in with, but with the Hex, with the stun, the burst damage of the finger, it is quite nice to help that Lifestealer out, get that burst damage, and then have the Lifestealer infest pop, rage, and slam away.
5 seconds remaining.
So now they need their mid laner, somebody who could get Lifestealer in. I would assume might be the Storm. But there is a significant amount of lockdown here for IG against the Storm. And as well as the Hex that comes through from Shadow Shaman. So Storm, although being one of the best drivers for a Lifestealer, it just does not, to me at least, seem like the best move. Leaving you with one option of the Batrider, who's your go-to for the Lifestealer.
Invictus Gaming's turn to
Devourer.
So they go to the OD Lion, Lifestealer, Batrider, Elder Titan, and for IG,
now select your heroes.
They go to the Phantom Lancer. So OD is going to be played by Ori. Fenrir is on the line. Paparazzi here for the Lifestealer. Lanham on the Elder Titan, leaving 11 in the offlane for Batrider. IG, it's aggressive on the Phantom Lancer. SRF in the offlane. Tai, Q on the Shadow Shaman. XSS on the Gyrocopter. Baboka on that 4-position Sand King. Interesting to note that XSS, I'm pretty sure, was the offlaner for IG back when they had Gaze of Death. Now he's moved from the offlane into the mid position, and he's kind of found himself here. He was a great offlaner beforehand, but he now plays, I would say, even better in the mid lane. He has really been proving himself the last couple of weeks, especially with Chinese Dota, to the point where if I were IG, I'd be quite proud. Because he's been on this team for quite some time. He's been able to adjust to adversity. And really has handled it
Prepare for battle.
quite well. So, we'll get into this game one right here. And let's see what they're able to do. In terms of laning phase right now, aggressive going to be in the safe lane, seemingly. Mid is going to be the Gyrocopter up against the OD. And then our SRF on the Tide will be in the off lane. It looks like the lanes are pretty standard for both sides. OD mid, Batrider off lane. Yeah, everything seems pretty standard, and Spirit Lance comes out. That'll force the Firefly. Baboka moving towards Lanham.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see. Just no real aggression coming out just yet. Opportunity to do so is there for IG if they want to go into the Shadow Shaman as well as the Sand King. So we'll see what they're able to do, but he actually walks into a couple of these heroes.
The battle begins.
As over top, you take a look. Paparazzi trying to steal that rune. Doesn't steal it away from XSS. Fenrir will pick up the one over top, and it's 2 apiece. So that sets up for solo lane 11 against the tri-lane, where he might be in a little bit of trouble. He took Firefly level 1. That might help him get away, but in this safe lane, you're going to have Phantom Lancer with the Spirit Lance available, as well as the Shackles, Burrow Strike, but instead they find themselves the Elder Titan, who's got to watch out. The Shackles come through. If Baboka could get the body blocks, maybe they get the kill, but just don't have the damage as he TPs away, and Burrow Strike just coming off cooldown. So now they're going to move their attention over to 11. They're able to kill him off before he gets sticky napalm. They should be alright to just go in there, Burrow Strike, Shackle, Spirit Lance, go for the kill. Immediately playing it real safe. 11 is going to Firefly away. Another team with a kill just yet. A minute 21 in. Tidehunter a little bit low. Fenrir does have that stun available, but for right now, Paparazzi real focused on farming. Heading over mid will be the Elder Titan coming in, but second guesses that for now. Comes down the river, heads over mid the other way. Only has the Astral Spirit to play with, so what he's going to do is put it over these neutrals, get as much damage as he can, and when you Astral Spirit again, he's going to come in from behind and use that damage. And that extra damage for right now is going to be 36. So it's 89. It's a significant amount. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but if they were to go pretty aggressively, they could get a bit of damage to come through onto IG. Actually, a spot SRF. There's the stun from Fenrir, and without Echo Stomp, he's able to TP back to base. Lifestealer doing pretty well. Sticking with this Phantom Lens. You take a look at Q. The Firefly comes out. Does have Sticky Napalm. Is level 3. So we'll see what they're able to do on Vici. Sometimes Bat Riders are pretty aggressive, but with the lineup that they're rolling, it doesn't seem like he really has the opportunity to do so. You get hit by the Burrow Strike Shackles, you're pretty much dead, and that can cause quite an issue, especially if you want a Bat Rider to get that quick blink, but for right now, XSS not really in much trouble. They actually look over with Baboka on Alanum. They go in a Burrow Strike, get him away from the creeps with the Rocket Barrage coming through. That's a lot of damage to handle, but for right now, -4 on the intelligence, or he hitting harder and harder. Again, this just leaves the bottom lane open to the Phantom Lancer, who really doesn't mind. He's just about to hit halfway through level 4, maybe get that level 5 in the next half minute or so. While 11, level 3, is about to hit level 4, but that's because he's over here by the neutrals. Take a look over at 11, just continue to get pushed back with the Spirit Lens. And it opens up this lane for Aggressive. SRF has blocked himself off into the jungle. Now Baboka here with the double damage. Let's see if he can come in onto this Bat Rider. 11 spots him up. Now he's got the Sticky Napalm on top of him. 1 stack at least for now. And into the TP out. They get their away safely. But now the Echo Stomp comes through as well as the stun from Fenrir. They've got the Hex. They have the damage. They should have the kill. Fenrir gets first blood, but with Q coming around, they might be able to turn it on to 1 kill a trade. But unfortunately, IG just don't have the damage. After Shackles and Hex, there's nothing to follow it up. He doesn't even have Hex. It's just Shackles and Ether Shock.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Over on this Bat Rider bottom. Just sticking away for now. And oop. Paparazzi gets kill over top on SRF, who was jungling. Comes right back into lane. SRF only level 3. He was jungling for quite some time. Didn't really expect him to send himself back into the lane at that moment in time. It's 2-0, 1,000 net worth lead for the time being for the side of Vici Gaming. And it's basically just on first blood, 1 kill, and how they're farming right now. Let's take a look over top again. Paparazzi already level 6. He's the only one to hit his ultimate at the moment, and 11 actually is getting quite there as well. Struggling at the moment is this Gyrocopter, 28 and 8. And you see him 200 net worth behind Ori, which can become a problem. Again, we've seen Gyrocopter succeed, but they have to be good early, otherwise they're just not able to turn it on. Have Baboka over here for the Burrow Strike, but immediate rotations come out. There's the Echo Stomp. Homing Miss is going to be thrown at Ori. We've got Fenrir here as well, so you can move in, but you're forced to back off very heavily. And the silver lining at the moment for IG is the fact that they've got Aggressive here, who's just continuing to farm, going for that Diffusal Blade after picking up the kill as well as the Treads. See, as 11 threatening over, but not level 6 just yet. Maybe with this creep wave he could hit level 6. Q coming around the bend, looking maybe to go in on 11, but he's backed off enough. Let's take a look over top. Paparazzi in deep under this tier 1 tower, hitting away at SRF with the rage and the open wounds. Getting down to about half health, and without that rage, he won't be able to continue to move on forward. But over mid, this has become about a 3-on-2 the entire time. Again, nobody really looking to make too much happen in the moment. They've got Lanham sitting over mid. They're seeing if XSS will move up a little bit too far forward. Again, with that tier 1 close by, they can't really chase too far, and they do have a bit of damage, but just not enough to chase when he's close enough to his tower. Finally hits that level 6, and Lanham, after standing there for about 2 minutes, is giving up. Thinking about going over towards top because you've got to have full health SRF pre-level 6. I mean, you can slow down that Ravage being available for the side of IG. That really takes away from their team fight. Now they might be looking for the Echo Stomp as they go over in top. It's going to miss. In between is SRF. As meanwhile, a double kill happens over mid. They're continuing to chase on SRF. With the TP coming over from Aggressive. Here's the chase on from Fenrir with the Doppelganger to start it up. Now Fenrir with a nice 2-man stun. Paparazzi coming in on the SRF. Maybe even going after Aggressive with the Phantom Rush all the way over. The Echo Stomp lands onto Aggressive. They've got 3 heroes here with the Hex coming through. But Boca on the sideline will get himself one. They look over Paparazzi, infesting into these creeps. Spirit Lance on forward to Lanham. They'll get a double kill here on Aggressive. But meanwhile, off camera as this chase continued on, that honestly need a little bit of cartoonish music to it. 2 other kills happen at the same time. Take a look. That was Ori getting XSS as well as Baboka.
I'll take your
Call down just used over top. Meanwhile, bottom, you take a look. SRF charged down again by Paparazzi as well as 11 with Firefly. They've got Fenrir here just in case. Uses that anchor smash, but it's not going to be enough to stay alive. 3 heroes here over bottom, while Q and Aggressive are over top. Vici Gaming really making the rotations necessary to shut down the side of IG. Still up 1,000 net worth. Radiant's here for Lifestealer. An interesting build nonetheless. Then you take a look over at the OD going into that Hurricane Pike, possibly that Veil.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's
That Rider level 8 about to hit this blink at about 12 minutes. He's going to be able to clean up a stack as well, has the gold for the blink anyway, and I said 12 minutes, he gets the gold immediately after taking that tower. Assumption wrong. They're able to take that tower uncontested. Now they've got the blink dagger for the blink lasso. So we'll see what Vici are able to do to IG now that they have that blink lockdown initiation in 11.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, over top, Aggressive here with Q and SRF. They drop the Serpent Wards. Coming around from the back will be Lanham and Ori. TP's over to the tier 3 as well. Aggressive immediately going to TP away. They'll use these Serpent Wards just to continue to push. Aggressive down over bottom to continue farming as the Asha going for the Diffusal Blade next. 11 with the Infest Blink, looking to show off that Blink Dagger for the first time with the Lasso coming on through. They'll grab themselves the Shadow Shaman. They may look for more as you take a look on the side as Baboka needs the Burrow Strike to the low ground, and there it is. So gets away for now, but they're looking for the Echo Stomp to lock him in, but Ori's already here. Sandstorm keeps him alive for a moment, but swept up 1, 2, 3 shot by Ori. And that is it for Baboka. So Vici continuing to just dominate in all these areas of the game at the moment. The Blink Dagger here on the Bat Rider, it helps them get a couple of kills, especially just debuting it, getting the lasso out on the Shadow Shaman, locking him down long enough, helps Paparazzi get a kill. Now 2-0-1, continuing towards that Sacred Relic. really being contested in terms of farm. Meanwhile, the gyrocopter still going for the drums. And oops, smoke gets broken. Blink away from 11 to the call down used. See if they look to fight. They send the Spirit Lance onto 11 as well as the homing missile. Flat Cannon doing quite a bit of damage coming through onto Ori behind this tier 2. They'll take the tier 1 and then they'll back off. He actually sends himself over top towards Paparazzi. The Hex comes through on the Phantom Lancer. Paparazzi now got to run away from Aggressive. Nobody else is here to really help him out, so if they were to turn, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Getting closer and closer to that Sacred Relic is Paparazzi. For now, IG is trying to sit back as far as they can and take a look at where XSS is in terms of farm. For right now, it's Aggressive on top of the net. Worthless about to hit this Diffusal Blade, but the next 3 are all cores for the side of Vici. This Sacred Relic coming out in just a moment, then you take a look at the OD. Turning to 2-0 Talismans with the Force Staff going into the Hurricane Pike as well as the Treads. And then you take a look at the Bat Rider, already has that blink, and really, at that point for the next 5-10 minutes or so, doesn't really need much else, but he'll be able to pick up that Force Staff, and Vici with the Blink Dagger already are in quite a nice spot. They actually head over bottom towards Baboka. Once he comes out of that Sandstorm, they're going to blink on over. That Ori will show himself maybe forcing Baboka out of it, and that's immediately what he does, is go to the trees. So they use the Firefly 11, maybe looking for Baboka, but doesn't spot him as he gets back behind the tier 2. Paparazzi does have enough for that Sacred Relic. Continuing to farm right now will be Oreo TP's over mid. So Sacred Relic picked up, and 900 gold away from this Radiance. Q, does he have a smoke on him? He does. They might be looking to smoke, but here comes the side of Vici with the blink into the lasso. They've got themselves the Tide Hunter. They'll stun him up as well. Throws the Ravage, immediately hitting on a 3. The Earth Splitter follows it up from Lanham, and nothing yet from the side of IG, but the Barrel Strike comes in onto OD. He's trying to get away, but Phantom Lancer is starting to overwhelm him. Aggressive's got enough to maybe make something happen, but now Paparazzi in the back line. Sanity's Eclipse is going to be dropped. Q's going to die off. Now they look over at Aggressive, stunned up one more time. Well, it's slept up. They've got the kill on Ori. They'll take out Paparazzi. IG gets 2 kills. And now it'll be a 3rd on the Elder Titan. So they lose 3. IG get themselves 3 right back, only losing Q. They bring themselves right back into it, exchanging about 2,000 in terms of net worth. That helps Gyrocopter kind of bounce back a little bit. Meanwhile, Manta Style coming out next for the Phantom Lancer into the heart. He didn't use that Ravage. Will be down for another minute and a half. But hopefully for the side of IG, by the time he gets to that point, he has at least that mech to work with where he can throw that Ravage again and sustain the rest of his team. Boka looking for the Blink Dagger. He would desperately needs that for IG's own Blink initiation. It is. Baboka has himself that Blink Burrow Strike available to him, as well as the Epicenter. They're going to start with the Blink into the Epicenter with the Burrow Strike. Paparazzi forced to use that Rage, but Aggressive is here. Paparazzi in a bad way, but gets to the creep to infest onto it. They look over at 11. There's the infest out, and everything that was used over there is going to be worth nothing to them. Epicenter was on top of that Lifestealer Paparazzi, but they just don't get the kill. Platinum for right now. Let's take a look at what he's got. He's got the Soul Ring as well as the Tranquils. 11 here. Staff Flame Lasso, that's going to come through onto the Gyrocopter. They've got the extra time to line this up. They'll hit it. And now with Ori doing quite a bit of damage, he tries to run away, but 11 with the burn from the Firefly is enough to take XSS out. So 9-5 in favor of Vici, and they get one right on back, and that's going to be able to take out this Gyrocopter, and thanks to the help of Ori. Paparazzi into this Radiance, and the lead for Vici, again, looking quite nice. I know it's only a less than 1,000 net worth lead, but they do look quite strong at the moment, especially when they're able to play around these ultimates of IG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They smoke up. If they could find just one kill onto the Lifestealer, they'd be quite happy with that. SRF as well as Baboka and Q coming on over. I don't know if they have enough damage for this. As Paparazzi is over by these neutral creeps. There's the Ravage with the Burrow Strike. They don't have the kill just yet. Into the Rage with the open wounds. Q might be the trade here, but he just gets away for the time being. They might be able to get the kill on Fairman with Paparazzi coming over. One more shot will get him. SRF blinks forward, slams him down with the conch. And Paparazzi, however, is able to just walk away. So he's the gold target there, and unfortunately they weren't able to grab him. Instead, they have to settle for a silver medal here and getting the line. So, about to finish off this Manta style, and there it is. So now the Heart is next. We'll see if he's able to live up. If he now has this Manta style against Vici, they've smoked up. They've got everything ready to go except for Infest, but that's used on 11 already. The only reason it's down, and they'll look over at Aggressive. They'll find him in between these neutral creeps, and now they look over, but they think it's just 11. They continue on forward. Paparazzi using that range and called out, coming through on a couple of these heroes on the side of Vici. Vici looking to make a play here with the Earth Splitter hitting onto SRF. They'll get themselves at least one, but there's the Blink with the Epicenters coming out on a couple of these heroes, but it's not going to be enough. Gyrocopter gets taken out. Paparazzi getting a little bit low. This is the Astro Imprisonment onto Ori. They'll take out Lanham. Sanity's Eclipse. That's going to drop down onto Aggressive. The damage is there, but he's not going to have enough as he's almost dead. Finally taken out by Aggressive. There's the Finger of Death coming out on a Q. They'll get the kill. Aggressive and Baboka are alive, but they're low. Doppelganger to the high ground. Baboka needs to get out. Doesn't even have enough mana for this Burrow Strike without the Soul Ring. It is going to be a 3 for 3. Touch in favor of IG. Somehow Aggressive survives all that. Makes him part of the Manta style, Doppelganger, and Diffusal Blade. And take up the OD as well as Paparazzi, and that was an aggressive play from Vici. That was with the Infest Blink and into the lasso, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the kill. Gyrocopter still with this Yasha going into the BKB next. But behind this Bat Rider, behind the OD more importantly, who's going to go for his BKB now, picking up this Hurricane fight. Smoke here? Yep. Gyrocopter continuing to farm IG. They've got themselves an Invis rune to work with as well as this smoke. They'll find Fenrir. This should be an easy kill with a Burrow Strike, Ether Shock, and the aggressive damage coming in. And IG grab another one now. 10 to 12, but up a little bit under 1,000 net worth at the moment. Still have Ravage to play with. Blink Dagger available on the Tidehunter, getting close to that mech as well as the Guardian Greaves. Let's see if he's able to find a good Ravage, especially with a follow-up from Baboka or initiation from Baboka. Either way, they're able to find a couple of kills if they do hit do hit one or the other, but would definitely get a couple of kills if they do hit both. And that's what they're looking for, especially with the pressure coming on with the Serpent Wards over mid. TP from SRF, they move on forward, maybe looking for a target to use that Ravage on. Serpent Wards being cleaned up, Lanham cleaned up as well by XSS. Slowly picking up the pieces here, especially they just need Gyrocopter to do a little bit better, in my opinion. He's able to make up a little bit of this farm that could look quite a bit better here for IG. They get the Solar Crest onto the Lifestealer, so he's good with this Radiant Solar Crest. Should be able to tear through some of these heroes. They just have to make the right space for Ori. So a little bit too deep in that last fight and was able to get taken out by the side of IG, who over bottom look over at Paparazzi as well as Fenrir. Got a couple of heroes coming in. Meanwhile, Batrider looking to come in as well for the side of Vici. Was heading bottom for just a moment.
I'll take your tribute.
There's the Infest into the Batrider. Actually going to pop it not too soon after, as those are just the Phantom Lancer illusions, and they're not going to find anything over bottom. IG, they hit into the Roche Pit. The Scan's going to hit that from the side of Vici. They'll look for the Echo Stomp to start this off. Meanwhile, in the backlines, they've got the Batrider, no Infest to play with. The Echo Stomp lands. That's all in illusions. You take a look at the backlines as IG have backed off for just a moment. They'll look to re-engage onto this Roche Pit if they do see Vici going back in. Vici, especially not really wanting to take a fight in the Roche Pit, knowing that Ravage Epicenter could just be right down the corner. Blink Burrow Strike comes in. The Stun from Fenrir as well as the Echo Stomp. They've got the Hex with the Serpent Wards. The finger comes out on a Baboka. It just doesn't do enough. You take a look at the backlines as Paparazzi as well as Ori are going away. Teams just disengage again. Interestingly enough. Enough money for the Reaver here, saving up for the rest of the Heart. We take a look at Phantom Lancer continuing to just farm up so well, and Vici giving him that kind of time. Phantom Lancer did, of course, have that safe free farm over in the bottom lane, and Vici maybe regret it a little bit as this game goes a little bit further on. You take a look at 11 blink in with the last, so that's going to come through onto the Side Hunter, who's going to be hexed up as well. Can he get the Ravage off with the 4-step forward? But no, Ori's got the damage. The Echo Stomp comes through, but it's not even going to be needed. They'll get themselves one kill, and with that pickoff of this Side Hunter, they should be able to head it right into Roche if they wanted to, with no Ravage available for the side of IG, but that's not seemingly their plan.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hex comes through and easily killed off a boat. And I say easily, and I misspeak. Baboka gets out. Meanwhile, mid, they'll get the kill on Q. Take a look back as Paparazzi gets the kill on Aggressive. XSS might be in a little bit of trouble, but he goes after 11 with the homing missile coming through as well as the rocket barrage. Continues on forward, but 11 not phased by this, and the rest of the team's coming in. And Baboka, he lived up top.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's the clear-cut caster's curse right there, when you say someone's dead definitively like that. Baboka had like 50 health left, but somehow was able to blink away. So they get the tier 1 over mid. As well as a couple of kills for the side of Vici. Take a 2,000 net worth lead. They take out Aggressive one more time. Or not one more time, for the first time. And he looks to have changed into a Scotty, not a Heart. Meanwhile, Aggressive looking to finish off that S and Y. Genrin over top. Roshan's still available. Not taken out from either side. Paparazzi continuing to just farm up. I think he's picked up that Yasha now, and then we'll be looking for a possible smoke. And there it is. Smoke coming out. Let's see if they can take a fight. Off a fight, they should be able to go into the Roche pit. Both sides should realistically be able to go into the Roche pit. There's the blink forward, but it's going to be a burrow strike that's going to be hitting from Baboka. They've got the nice stun from Fenrir as well as the Finger of Death. But now, very deep in, is going to be Paparazzi. He's taken out first, and you look at the rest of the team as they've taken out 11. They'll take out Lanham. 3 dead on the side of Vici. Continue on forward to Fenrir as the homing missile is coming forward. The stun does hit, but that's not going to stop Q. Whoa, Baboko blink away from Fenrir. That's still the homing missile kill that they were coming for. So 4 dead on the side of Vici. The lead goes right back to IG. That is about a 3,700 net worth shift as they go right on into Roche. There's the Aegis picked up on Aggressive. So 15 apiece, 1,000 net worth lead here for the side of IG.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So we take a look at what the OD's got right now, going for the Shiva's Guard with the Blink Dagger BKB. That is, in fact, 10 seconds with the Hurricane Pike as well. Take a look at this Life Stealer. Going for the AC next, but we saw Paparazzi able to get taken out so quickly. Rules Furlough Strike. With the Rocket Barrage, XSS will get the kill on a Fenrir. Take the lead in terms of kills, and Paparazzi just gonna miss that Tide Hunter. But IG playing it slow and IG playing it smart. They need the Gyrocopter to get a little bit more farm before he feels confident. Just in front of the Batrider now, and if he could get ahead of the OD, that would be a good spot for them to be in. Meanwhile, in the backlines, they've got the Hex onto this Batrider. They're going to look for more with the Shackles, the call down. Double damage for Paparazzi, but he's coming into a really bad spot. The Eels is through from the Batrider with the blink away. He's able to survive. At least for now, the Flat Cannon hits. There's the homing missile, and now Aggressive going in real deep. The stun hits on it too, with a Ravage coming in onto everybody. That's going to hit a couple of the heroes on the side of Vici. They'll get themselves one in the Batrider who buys back immediately. Take a look over at Uri. Aggressive just trying to mad fight right now. Maybe against Paparazzi with the Finger of Death. That's going to come through, as well as the Infest into Fenrir that gets him back to base. The lasso, but the Burrow Strike, that's going to keep him in place. They're not able to get the kill on a Gyrocopter. XSS is able to survive, with the Exostomp comes out on 3. Batrider with the dieback. The tower goes down over mid, and now all of a sudden, it's a 7,000 net worth lead for the side of IG. (18-15). They take a good fight there, taking out the Batrider twice. Aggressive does lose the Aegis, has enough for the Scotty going to the BKB next, and XSS going for the Butterfly. I think when those 2 items come through for the side of IG, they could just run down Vici. SRF is as well. He's got the Guardian Greaves. 40% XP gain. 40% XP gain, which is a crazy amount. And you take a look at Baboka. He's level 17, hitting 18 now with the Epicenter slow. and the health, taking in those towns. So OD falling behind and really hasn't exactly gained that much in terms of net worth recently. This gyrocopter is more than caught up, is now ahead of the OD. And this is a long way back from the gyrocopter, who just struggled to find any farm early in this game, but with how successful IG have been recently, they're able to bring it back, open up the farm for the rest of their cores, and the butterfly now picked up for this gyro. Smoke again coming out from the side of IG. They could catch Ori, that could be huge. Blink away, Blink Burrow Strike from Maboka. The Force Staff is going to be out from Ori. He's still trying to run away with the Force Staff again into the Yules. They'll find the Burrow Strike next, but there's the BKB. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Aggressive continuing to move on forward from Ori. He TP, but that's too late. That is too late, sir. Aggressive gets the kill on Ori. That had to be an immediate TP away. Instead, thought about running. And Ori dead for 63 seconds with 0 buyback. So 50 seconds on the sideline. They're going to be able to push here over bottom. They might be able to get a tier 3 as well, open up these shrines. They have postured up a couple of heroes here ready to go on, and by a couple I mean all 5. Rider on the side, ready to go, but the Burrow Strike smart from Maboka to go in on that. 11's going to be in a little bit of trouble. There's the Serpent Wards with the Ravage coming out on a bunch of these heroes. They'll take out his Elder Titan. Now they look over the Bat Rider's going to use that Yule's Paparazzi forced to go back with this rage. The stun comes out on a couple of heroes. A little bit of a Ravage there for the line, but it's not going to be enough. The Shackles come through. Paparazzi dead, immediately buys back. Down goes Fenrir. He's going to be gone. 4 heroes gone for the side of Vici, and they'll have OD back up in just a moment. The buyback is there from the Lifestealer. But they are down to their last hopes here for the side of Vici. Take the mid-tier 3. The buyback comes out from the Lion. Paparazzi trying to move on forward. The Doppelganger comes through from Aggressive. Just doing too much is this Phantom Lancer SRF. Able to sustain him with the help of those Guardian Greaves, and they'll take on the mid-set racks as well. IG all of a sudden really pull ahead with a 22,000 net worth lead. Vici not seemingly having anywhere to go at this point. 23 to 15. Let's take a look again. Gyrocopter now in the Satanic, and probably go to the Divine Rapier afterwards, which has been the build for the Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer, he'll go for the Butterfly. Has enough for that Eagle Song and will pick it up. Let's see if there's anything IG can do. Lifestealer's fallen off immensely. He hasn't been able to be effective for the last 15 minutes. And you take a look over the OD. Just gets overwhelmed too easily, and after that last pick off, Vici, without the OD for that long, we're so susceptible to getting caught on by the rest of IG. Look over in Roche, at least 19 seconds. Look to go after the Shrine on the side of IG over up top. Vici.
Dire's top shrine has
Again,
fallen.
just seemingly no answers other than to sit and wait for IG to push in on them. Roshan is up. Let's see if they take a look. SRF. Blinks away to the Ancients, goes on past. And nobody takes a look.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll take your tribute.
There it is. Q finally spots it. Haste is nearby. They should be able to just take this Roche easily. Unless Vici force a fight. They're probably just going to be waiting at their base, waiting for an Aegis and Cheese on the side of IG.
Dire are scanning.
So they do come around. They are smoked up. They've got the Infest on 11. That's going to be pop the smoke with the BKB pop and the Burrow Strike coming in from Baboka. That's going to be hitting a couple of these heroes with the Serpent Ward placed down. You take a look. That's going to be 1, 2 dead. 11 as well as Fenrir are gone. He's taking out of the fight, but he's already dropped those Serpent Wards. You take a look at Ori with the Astro Imprisonment to keep himself alive. Epicenter charged up. Burrow Strike. That's going to hit onto this Lifestealer. They'll get the kill onto the OG. Now you take a look over to Paparazzi, who's trying to run away from Aggressive, but the Echo Stomp is going to slow him down, but they'll call GG anyway. Baboka coming in with the BKB Popeye lineup of the Force Staff, Burrow Strike, Paparazzi gone, so is Latham. Godlike spree, everybody gone on Vici, and IG will take game 1. So IG looking absolutely stellar there. Paparazzi 6-5-4, Fenrir 2-7-2, just wasn't working for Vici past about the 20-minute mark. From there, IG took over, 14-1 for Aggressive. XSS brought it all the way back in terms of his net worth, 7-4-17, and most importantly, hitting some very good Ravages, as well as the Burrow Strikes as SRF and Baboka on those two heroes, Tidehunter and Sand King, and they looked good. IG, they win this game. They move on to 6 points in the Group A. And they're looking to take their 7th with their next game against Vici. So I'm your caster, Bcop, at Bcop92 on Twitter. We'll be back with the next game in just a moment. Stay right there, 1-0 in favor of IG again. And that is over Vici. So let's see what happens in game 2. If Vici can bring it back to split the series, or if IG can win another one and then take the series 2-0.
Invictus Gaming's turn to...
All right, and welcome back to DPL, the last final game of the night for everybody involved for DPL. IG, Vici Gaming, first game going to IG, and we're in this group stage, so it is best of twos or sets of twos, however you really want to say it. Let's take a look at the draft. Tiny Elder Titan for IG, Gyrocopter Sand King for Vici Gaming, and no longer solo. My co-caster is back after a one-game hiatus. What felt like a millennium is now over, as my amazing co-caster Potom is back, and I want to know what you think. What did you think of first game? What do you think of this draft?
Well, we saw the first game from IG. It looked fairly convincing after those later team fights. It was fairly evened out, but in the end, they just kind of rolled over Vici Gaming. And with such a start, with Elder Titan Tiny coming out, I would expect the same, especially because Vici Gaming going a more traditional rate of Gyrocopter Sand King. Banning out on the sideline is the Chen, the Dark Willow, the Tusk, and the Lifestealer from Vici Gaming. Invictus going for the Nature's Prophet, Omni Knight, Naga Siren Disruptor. So no annoying roamers at all available for Vici. They already picked up the Sand King though, so they have a chance to kind of evolve him into one of those.
Yeah, it's weird, because IG had this lineup last game, Sand King, Gyrocopter, and it worked. It worked once Gyro kind of came back, because he had a struggling start, and it was surprising to see him able to come back after, well, the examples we had earlier tonight. And now Vici Gaming, after seeing that, are now going to work with the Gyrocopter and the Sand King. It's interesting to see them go with the lineup that I would say was kind of close to falling off from IG. They just had some really good fights that led to them being able to bring the Gyrocopter back.
I must say, looking at the Vici lineup, Gyrocopter Sand King together is like Naga Siren together with Disruptor, or like Bounty Hunter Disruptor. Yeah, where you just have those two heroes that do not directly have a big combo potential, but they have so much synergy with each other. Looking at Gyrocopter Sand King, usually Sand King gets initiated on, Gyro can chip in from the side and deal a lot of damage because all the attention is on the Sand King, other way around as well. So if a Gyrocopter is getting into a gank or starts to initiate, the cooldown usually gives enough space for a Sand King to channel up that epicenter in the sideline, or even blink in if he has the blink button, just go for reliable kills. And it's a lot of magic damage they provide together with the caustic final slow. Then there's also Gyrocopter Flag Hand dealing physical damage. So it's just all about, it's a really good combination coming up. But I feel like Tiny Elder Titan, that's something along the same lines. Like, you have heavy magic damage from Tiny. You also have the amplifier on the physical damage with the Elder Titan chipping away on all the natural armor with his or natural order. And you also have that insane lockdown in terms of you have the Echo Stomp, you have a Toss, you have an Avalanche, so lots of stuns coming out.
What do you think, really? You know, you talk about how Sand King and Gyrocopter are kind of like that peanut butter jelly kind of duo. What's their bread? What holds it together? What's the one hero that holds those two, that combo together, that lets them able to do what they need?
I would say Sand King is in that position right now. Sand King just works well with everybody. He can go on the off lane, he can go for the roaming position. Even if he gets nothing and he's stuck in a position 5 support, he has that stun available, and once he gets a little bit of space on a lane, he can just level up and reliably get last hits with his passive. But we're getting Sproinkin.
And Enchantress comes out. And this is the first Enchantress I think we've seen in DPL. Usually banned out. In some cases, even just ignored altogether. There's only a couple of teams that I've seen pull this off in Chinese Dota at all, ever. And IG is one of those teams. IG is definitely one of those teams that has played Enchantress in the past and made it work. So,
well, I don't think it's the first Enchantress we see. We had another game, and I hope I'm not wrong on this one. I think it was one of the newbie game we casted against Max. Not too sure.
I'm gonna quote you on that, and I am gonna totally look it up as you talk about why Enchantress is about to be good for this IG.
No, it was a Chen for newbie. My bad. It was a Chen. So yeah, Chen both with the VGP. So that is indeed the first Enchantress we see. You were right on that one.
I got my short-term statistics.
Gaming's turn to
Now my long-term statistics, I need some work. But Vici Gaming, they go to the Bane. Bane Sand King Gyrocopter picked up here for the side of Vici. And I think Enchantress with a little bit of farm, first of all, is going to be able to shred this Bane.
10 seconds remaining.
And if Enchantress does have that opportunity to get farm, might be a lot of trouble for
5
Vici.
seconds remaining.
Once Enchantress hits 6, it's a scary situation. And the faster that happens, the scarier it is.
While I agree on that one, there's a lot of burst potential from Vici Gaming. Like Gyrocopter Sand King, heavy magic damage, especially the Rocket Barrage early on, completely shreds through the Enchantress. Same with Bane. If you Fiend Script in the end, you most likely get a kill if it's uncontested. There's 3 heroes that can get pretty dangerous for the Enchantress already. They kind of want to provide a more stable setup for her, I imagine.
Yeah, with Elder Titan picked up, I don't see Enchantress being like
Ooh.
That's a 5.
I guess we
right?
just I guess we just picking off lanes and roamers only.
That's apparently the case.
Weird.
10 seconds.
I'm really curious how they actually lane this. This might be
10K
mid
analysis.
tiny
5
Elder
seconds
Titan
remaining.
Enchantress off lane Earth Spirit position 5 support, something like that. Definitely don't think it's the tiny on the off lane unless they want to safe lane the Enchantress
Oh god.
and go hyper aggressive.
They play that lineup. A lot of Chinese teams recently have gone to that hyper aggressiveness. So
Yeah, I think I smell a little bit of a partner in here, but I don't want to commit to the guess yet.
Invictus
I don't know. I feel like the last time you committed to a guess, you last second changed it,
Slaves.
and you were right. But then since you changed it, you were wrong. So you're a little gun shy, I would say.
Yeah,
on
that
committing.
one time you were actually right. You gotta put salt in the wound. Gotcha.
10 seconds.
But
You
no
were
less,
right for a split second.
We have a Venomancer from
5
Vici Gaming,
seconds
and
remaining.
that's a pick you usually do not see at all. But I feel like this is either an offlane or a mid Venomancer. I do not think this is going to be Dujara mid for once.
Dire team
I think this is just we see how many offlaners and roamers you have. We're gonna pick Venomancer, who's good against at least 2 of them, and then just rotate him against the Enchantress whenever he can.
So, you're the captain here. You have one pick
10
left
seconds
for
remaining.
either team. You see your lineups, you see your
5
bans. What does it come
seconds
down
remaining.
to? By the way, Pugna banned out by IG.
Dire
Alright.
team pick.
That's a good ban actually from Invictus Gaming then. But Vici Gaming last pick, Viper ban out. What could it be? Shadow Fiend or Dragon Knight mid for Vici Gaming.
Okay.
Invictus is gonna
10
go
seconds
since the
remaining.
DP is banned out. They banned the Bat Rider
Invictus
themselves.
Gaming's turn to
Neither. It's a Visage.
Oh, come on! That's almost impossible to guess.
I
Right,
said
then
it.
I'm gonna.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
No, I didn't.
Wanna take that back?
I'll guess for IG, I guess.
10
Um,
seconds remaining.
Hyper aggressive.
OD or
5
Shadow
seconds
Fiend.
remaining.
OD or Shadow Fiend. So you're not thinking Tiny mid or Enchantress mid. They could go with the.
I think they want.
Ah, Death
I think they want
Prophet's
a more
banned.
traditional mid.
Yeah, I like the OD pick there, actually. Can't go Storm. They could, actually. Not terrible, but yeah, I like it. Okay.
Oh, the
Choose
like
your
and.
hero.
God damn it! I should have seen it coming. I saw the Bad Rider ban. I should have called it, but
Mid Lycan, too. If it sticks to form.
every time I call Lycanthrope, I kind of get screwed over. So I didn't call it this time.
I liked your OD pick. I honestly thought that would have been quite nice here. But it's almost
I like the IG lineup. I think they're just gonna roll over them. They have a lot of
I think
they have a lot of rollover potential.
Enchantress might struggle though.
Think so?
Yeah.
Lycanthrope has a fairly easy lane for himself. Same goes with the Tiny. They should be able to sustain themselves. And Enchantress kind of can rely on Elder Titan Earthbird keeping her alive. The triple E heroes. That's just going to be confusing. They have so much aggressive power in those lanes. They should be able to lock down the Gyrocopter early on, and it's going to come down to mid-game scenario. And for that, they have the Lycanthrope. So as soon as he comes online, there's not much that actually stops him from pushing. The only thing there would be is the Fiend's Grip. Otherwise, you're just looking at him basically dodging every ability in the game.
So you say you like IG. I can't personally say I like the Vici lineup. I just think it'll be able to possibly shut down the Enchantress. But you took IG, I'll take Vici. I'll go for it.
Well, you're an underdog person, aren't you? I'm going with IG. IG got this. What does the most important thing is what does the win probability graph says? It's gonna be 51% in favor of Vici. Okay.
Homing missile on Baboka with the Burrow Strike coming through. Vici already set up to take first blood and will. It'll go to Fenrir, so an early start for the side of Vici.
Yeah, they have a really strong level 1. Not only Vandermans and Gyrocopter, they also have the Bane and the Sand King. So that's 3 of the most powerful level 1 heroes. So that's no big surprise that they managed to snag that off. Still, lane-wise, it looks like we're gonna have the standard Enchantress off-lane with Baboka together. With the mid-Lycan, bottom goes for Aggressive. Aggressive's gonna have a lot of fun against the Venommancer. Ha, joke's on you, he's not. It's a pretty terrible lane. But they managed to go at least for the even rune split with two for both teams.
What have we here?
So,
You done drinking yet, Mr. Beacop?
no. I'm never done. I'm never done drinking.
Oh, you should look for help, dude. Drinking is not healthy.
Yeah, it's all water. It's all just water to me. Not helping my cause by saying something like that. How do you feel about this Visage mid? Especially against the Lycan mid. It looks like the oddest matchup mid I think I've ever seen.
Well, Lycan not so much. Visage was used to play in the mid lane, so it's not that much of a difference. However, this specific lineup, yes, you usually did see them. But I must say I would favor the Visage in this lane. But neither side will be able to just zone somebody out. Visage just has the advantage of slowing down the Lycan's attack speed. Might be getting some ice off of him. That should provide him with a little bit of an advantage. But as soon as Lycanthrope comes online, and especially since he's going for the Wolves build with Feral Impulse and skipping the Howl, he's going to have enough summons to actually pressure down the Visage.
Structures are fortified.
Visage, it'll be interesting to see where he goes in terms of items and how long he sticks to this lane. Is it going to just be till he's got familiars and then move over, try to rotate a little bit more? Are we going to see anybody really rotate for him? I don't really see Sand King or Bane really coming his way that often, so it seems like he's just going to be stuck here by himself, at least, to fight 1v1 against this Lycan, whereas maybe an Earth Spirit comes on over mid, or even an Elder Titan, or both.
I feel like this is going to be an absolute farm lane for the Visage. I don't think he wants to rotate early on. He wants to ideally finish up 1 or 2 core items. But 11 looks to be going down. Yeah. It's the downside of the Venomancer. Like, you really need levels, and he's stuck on level 2, means he doesn't have that defensive power at all.
Invis coming out for Olanum. Keep him alive. Not that he was really in much harm of going down, but you think this is a max scale kind of lane right now?
Not too sure yet if he wants to pick up the Poison Sting. I will think he's gonna skip Plague Rolls for quite some time, due to the fact that there's 2 melees and usually Gale or high level Gale as well as Poison Sting is better over that. might see the max scale simply for the fact that he has a Sun King and he also has someone like a Vici on his team, so they have a high amount of round damage, but we're gonna see it sooner or later, especially after this big wave. Should be pumping him up to level 3.
Get to that level 3, we'll get a better picture of where he's gonna go. I feel as though Venomous Gale could be quite nice on Aggressive, constantly throwing it on him and having the opportunity to get a kill, possibly with the Sand King as well as the Bane, who Bane over top has to watch out as the Echo Stomp lands. SRF coming on over with the Enchantress, who's only level 3. Then we take a look over bottom again. As 11 and Aggressive just trading some blows, but Fenrir able to make it all the way back past the tower and survive for now.
He did go for the Poison Sting in the end. Probably the most sensible choice considering that he's mostly alone against his Tiny so far. Boker slowly pulling and getting some experience from jungle. Just having those 3 extra seconds as well as the amplified damage, just so valuable. Like, it's probably one of the best spells to have on level 2, Poison Sting on 2. Just because it's not only 3 seconds more of the duration, it's also 8 more damage, so it more than doubles the damage.
Haven't seen really Baboka head over mid at all. He's been sort of quiet, to be quite honest. The early half of this game is worry over mid. The Echo Stomp will come through, sweeping up this Visage. They'll have the damage to take out this Visage and get the kill.
Yeah, that's just the power of the mid lane, especially with the level 3 wolves. He just, if not for the blocking potential, it's also down. The Visage is fairly squishy against multiple damage sources. Gonna have a stun on the Enchantress top though.
Stun on the Enchantress top. We take a look. SRF in a little bit of trouble, but the Stomp comes down onto 3, so it slows down Vici for a moment. Land him in the Sandstorm. Fenrir trying to run away, Baboka and Q as well as SRF are going to continue to chase on Fenrir with one more shot coming through. SRF will get the kill on the Fenrir, and TPing away will be the Gyrocopter. Thought for a moment I'd be able to take a sip of my freshly brewed coffee to keep me awake. But unfortunately,
another kill. Just getting sproinked off top. This Enchantress is a perfect kill early on. They don't have the necessary damage output, especially in between the creep waves yet. There's only level 2 rocket barrage available. Jaro is getting a lot of levels, but he's doing pretty bad in terms of last hits. In fact, all of the Vici gaming heroes are doing pretty bad. So the mid lane actually was in Life Control's favor, having 30 last hits or 29 over the 20 of the Visage. Enchantress top, sitting on 20 over the 16 of the Gyrocopter. And at bottom, you have Tiny with 30 last hits, leading the chart over the 19 of the Venomizer. Which is to be expected. Venom still gets a good amount of farm, only died once, so it shouldn't be too bad of a lane for him. But they have to watch out that this Tiny doesn't scale off too much, because if Aggressive gets ahead, then maybe gets like an early Shadow Blade, he can blow up potentially 2, if not 3 heroes from the side of Vici.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how 11 plays this Venomancer, because when I think of Venomancer, I think of someone like DK Phobos, who absolutely shreds on this hero. And I want to see if 11, you know, maybe not, while not having the best lane, can make it that kind of lane. That's going to work out for him, get those kind of items that he needs, and work towards really benefiting and helping his team as they start to crunch in over towards bottom with Ori here with the double damage as well as the familiars. Bane's down here as well, so 3 heroes are down towards bottom. Lanham over towards mid. They're going to look for the Echo Stomp. Lanham swiped up. There's the shapeshift from XSS to continue to move on forward. He's got the Burrow Strike available to make some space. And around the trees, they'll go not enough damage and he'll be able to TP out. Meanwhile, over towards bottom, look at this tower just get annihilated.
Power of Visage early on. They can't really contest him with the 2 stomps from Familiars. You really did not risk it going up against them, so Baboka is going to back off. They already evacuated Q off the bottom lane as well. Tiny is happily at top, Aggressive farming over there, and they're just going to keep him ahead of them. It's going to be the first T1 down in favor of Vici Gaming, like he did not manage to take down the mid tower due to Paparazzi TPing in. But I think he should be still fine. Like, IG, yes, they don't have as much pushing power early on, but they have so much potential later, because Enchantress plus 2 on one lane and Lycan Trip on the other, with probably the Tiny Aggressive rotating around and just looking for targets.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
XSF.
And there goes the mid tower.
XSS gets the mid tower. Paparazzi able to go over bottom, try and farm up. The only one here is Baboka. And then you take a look at where SRF is about to hit that level 6. Have that impetus available, that extra damage burst. And now Avalanche actually comes out at 11. They're going to continue to chase, look for something with the wolves, go into the trees. We'll see if SRF can make something happen, but there's the Venomous Gale under this tier 1 tower. Not a great spot to be in with the Nature's Attendants coming through. There was that kill in Baboka, but now with Paparazzi coming on over, we'll see if Vici are able to make something happen as the chase was on for a moment. But IG through the trees, walk away.
Vici has to be really careful here. If they overstep their boundaries even a little, Enchanter is going to punish them to get up to Tiny. You know how it is against the Lycanthrope. If you lose even one of your heroes, you're probably going to lose a tower as well.
And the push is going to be really nice from IG come the mid half of this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for the mid tower.
So looking for the rolling boulder over bottom. Avalanche toss. They'll throw it on Fenrir. Geomagnetic grip to silence him up. Aggressive gets the kill on Fenrir. Meanwhile, over mid, look at these familiars start to work this tower. Ori with the Helm of the Dominator on top of all that has the Alpha Wolf. And just outputting so much damage at the moment.
Yeah, they really have this passive, they have the passive-aggressive lineup, you could say, on IG. Like, you can't really contest them, because if they do, they shred you to bits and take your towers. Vici has to find a way around it. They accomplished that by going for a smoke gank with something and Ori on the Visage. Let's see if they accomplish something with this dagger.
So SRF had this good lane. We'll see if it ends up working out and doing more for the side of IG, but it looks like they're trying to wrap around on this Enchantress. Ori spots him, so SRF about to be in a lot of trouble with the Burrow Strike, the Rocket Barrage, the call down. That's a lot of quick damage that SRF cannot take care of, and Nature's Attendants are not. You're going to go down on that one.
Yeah, that's way too much magical damage to come out. He's already working towards start pipe, or potential pipe later on, Hood of Defiance for now. To might get some of the damage, but it's still going to be a rough game for him. He's primarily here for the pushing power.
Ooh, Shapeshift, Rolling Boulder, as well as the Geomagnetic Grip that silences up for a moment to get the Burrow Strike out. Just hold the Burrow Strike from getting out. The Boulder Smash is what hit from Baboka. The Burrow Strike hits on 2. Now you've got the Echo Stomp that gets one of these zeros. But Vici, they are deterred enough to not chase in onto the Lycan, plus you're not going to catch them.
Nonetheless, it's the second shapeshift that did kind of get wasted without anything accomplished. Last time only a little bit of damage on the T1 mid. So, not sure where they want to go from here. Like, they're looking for the Necrobrick on the Lycanthrope. Tiny is going to finish up the Blink Dragons, that's a no Shadow Blade. That's interesting. Paparazzi now finishing the run for him. Probably going to go into phases afterwards. Still not right.
Are you surprised with how much Vici are getting from IG in terms of towers?
A little bit, but I would say it is to be expected with the Visage. He did went for the Helm of the Dominator build himself, so he is able to steal away a creep from the Lycanthrope as well. And with the wards now in level 3, Ori has the Visage up with Max Grave Reaper's Cloak. They have a lot of stuff to deal with for Invictus Gaming. IG is probably going to punish that by basically outmaneuvering on the map instead of going straight up face to face with them.
In terms of the farm, Tiny ahead, going for the Blink Dagger first, and we'll finally pick it up. From what we've seen, it's been usually the Shadow Blade first for Tiny. But going to the Blink Dagger, now you take a look over bottom. The call down comes through with the Nightmare from Fenrir. They'll get the Rocket Barrage out. They'll get the kill on the Q. So Paparazzi with the easy kill on the IG's Q. And take a look over top of the Avalanche toss with the impetus damage coming through on 11. One more shot will get the kill. He'll clean up one, maybe look for more, but Ori with the damage output as well as Lana with the Nature's Attendants keeping him alive with the Rolling Boulder coming out as well as the Magnetize from Ori, the Geomagnetic Grip on to Ori as well, and there is the toss. SRF gets the kill on Ori. They'll look for more. Avalanche comes in. SRF with the triple kill, and IG completely turn that around. They continue to go in and try for SRF, but just can't handle him.
Really paying off their maxing nature's attendance. That's just crazy. And somebody gets sproinked again.
SRF is just...
It's the raw power. Like, if they cannot burst the Enchantress down before the nature's attendance hit, you pretty much lose the fight. Talking about losing the fight, Old Titan just respawned and died again.
Goes right over bottom, dies. And it's 8-6 in favor of IG in terms of kills. 2,000 net worth in their lead. Ooh, they're coming over bottom again. The Nightmare comes out on a Baboka. But here comes SRF, so they cannot commit to that.
Yeah, they want to test this Enchantress, not after triple kill. It's also the Hood of Defiance now finished up on her side. So going for the... Oh, a lot of items queued up there. Probably a Hurricane Pike though, so just get some distance from the Gyrocopter. Being able to reliably hit damage on him would be nice. Gyro now looking towards the BKB. Part of the face drums completed, together with an Ocula. And yeah, that's about the most standard build you see on Gyrocopter these days, if not picked up in, I would say, 80% of the matches. And you can swap out the BKB with the SMI, of course.
I think last game we saw both the SNY and the BKB. But it was Gyrocopter that was
well, it's
very
about the
far
order.
behind.
You always want to go for both of the items, but it always depends. If you need a protection, you go for the BKB. If you feel like you can be fine with just stats, you go for SMI and have an additional slow in your pickup.
Smoked up is the side of IG. Aggressive XSS and Baboka heading over towards bottom. Couple of heroes here for Vici too. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to smoke up in just a moment.
Dire are scanning.
And they're looking like they're posturing for it. At least, once somebody shows. They might not even go for the smoke just because they're right here by the tower. They might just go in. SRF, the one showing at the front for right now, has Nature's Attendance level 4.
Oh, they smell something is wrong here. They're backing off. They're out of this one. That's probably the right call considering that Q isn't there. He's still sitting in mid. Nice combo. Never forget that Echo Storm can shred through the familiars from the Visage.
On top of which, that Astral Spirit's going to get even more damage with the help from those familiars.
Yeah. Third Actress is completed on the Visage. That's going to help out against the Enchantress as well as the Tiny. It's getting rid of them. Pesky armor. But I must say, IG doesn't look like they feel comfortable in the current situation. They want to do more, but VG, it's a Venomancer and the Visage. You never kind of want to get caught off guard anywhere.
So here it is. They're going to smoke up his 4. Look over towards mid. SRF, I don't know if he's the one you want to go for. If he gets that Nature's Attendance out, he's going to be in a good way, but he's got the Fiend's Grip. There's the Echo Storm that's going to land on 5 of these, or 4 of these heroes on the side of Vici that keeps him alive. The Earth Splitter comes on through with Baboka coming in with the Magnetize on a bunch of these heroes, but the Rocket Barrage is shredding them right now. They turn it around for just a moment. 11's going to use that ulti. They'll take him out. SRF now dominating. They'll take out Fenrir next. Burrow Strike as well as the Epicenter hitting him from Latinum. The Echo Stomp hits on 2. That's going to lock him in for just a moment. Ori trying to run away, especially from SRF. But one more shot will get the kill. XSS cleans him up. Latinum on the high ground trying to find SRF. But again, he's not your target. As the Burrow Strike lands and XSS still alive. Latinum now forced to run. But here comes the big bad deer. Doe, a deer, a female deer. She's coming for you, Latinum. You gotta run away. And just with that blink, is able to make some space. Ooh, and actually, as I say that, Baboka comes in with the Rolling Boulder Smash, and Geomagnetic Grip gets the kill on Latinum.
But Baker, the sniper, just keeping track. Had hold on the high ground, that helped a little bit over here, but still a good roll, just predicting the movement and getting winning. And he almost did not make it out the first time, but the Necro and Omicron unit actually burned his Burst Strike mana away. He wanted to go on the low ground with it and blink away, but that's a nice lockdown. And looking at the fight in general, they just got what was it, 3? Yeah, no, it was 4 kills, right? Only Gyrocopter made it out, I'm pretty sure on that one.
Now that the Sand King died, yeah.
Yeah, so 4 in total for only the Earth Spirit, who did his job. He rolled in. He used Magnetize. He respawned and got another kill.
Homing missile over top with the call down rocket barrage. Q is going to die, but this might come at the life of Paparazzi going out there. And yeah, you got the kill on the other Titan, but trading for your own life is questionable at best. So 3,000 net worth lead here for IG. Looking to take another point in this group stage. If they could sweep Vici, it would almost guarantee them that top spot in the group.
Yeah, at least the qualification to the upper kind of level of the bracket. I would still say that newbie, not newbie, excuse me, that Keen Gaming would still be a contender for the top spot. They have the same amount of games dropped now, as far as I know.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, that
attack.
one game is all that IG has dropped so far. And other than that, they've been clean. They look really good at the moment. And this newish lineup really starting to come into form for them, with XSS in a new spot in the lineup, no longer in the offlane. Over mid, SRF their offlaner now, and with Aggressive in the safe lane, they just have looked so fluid, and it seems like their chemistry is there for sure.
Yeah, they really are playing strong. I must say, so far all their lineups as well, beside the fact that they're one of the rare teams that does not resort to the gyrocopter every time, and I'm pretty sure we all really like seeing gyrocopter in every game. Everybody likes them. There's so much difference in those games. A bit switching it up is nice from time to time, and IG's doing just that with Enchanted picks, Lycanthrope back in the meta, which is one of the heroes everybody likes too, right? Everybody likes Lycanthrope, unless you play against them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of playing against it. But, Aggressive moving forward. Mid is the Venomancer, and that might just be their target. Fenrir on the back lines, but a little bit too far back to save this Venomancer. The Geomagnetic Grip comes in with the avalanche toss of Aggressive. Will get the kill.
And guess what? You got a kill, you got a Lycanthrope and ultimate, you're going straight to race, you get another objective, and they count the test. Or can't they?
Yeah, 11 buys back, and that's immediately into the smoke from Vici, and just that buyback forces IG back for a moment.
Yeah, but that's the easiest retreat they made all day. Like, that just amplifies the net retreat even more.
And they drums forward, just not finding anything.
They know that Vici can't secure Rage as fast as they can with the Lycanthrope. They also have the vision advantage. Now they're all stacking up on their side of the map. The only one actually isolated is the aggressive bottom, and it's highly unlikely they rotate this way all the way down the bottom.
They could make a play if they wanted to. They have the smoke on the Elder Titan, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them smoke up and try and fight around the Roche pick, then go for the Aegis.
Going for the Vanguard on the Elder Titan, that's an unusual build. Usually we would expect something like along the lines of the Falstaff, going for the Yield Scepter. Just going for Tanky Titan, apparently.
Ooh, I kind of like that name, Tanky Titan. Sounds like a kids show superhero.
I still want to see the Carry Titan, where you just go for a carry build and wait until you're 25 for that 100% lifesteal. He has actually good talents for it. He gets bonus health or movement speed, he gets extra damage on his spirit, 70 attack speed on 20, and 100% lifesteal on 25. Like, what can you wish more for, I'd say? That's better than a free Satanic.
Please, somebody out there do
Pull it off. Coming to a pop game near you soon.
So 11 just holding them off over mid, throws the Gale out, and no smoke on either support here for Vici, but interestingly enough, Aeon Disc for the Sand King.
That's reasonable, I would say. He's struggles a lot in actually dealing out damage anyways against the Enchantress and all the heroes from the side of IG.
Smoke
So
from IG around the back. They're going to blink on forward. The Avalanche toss coming through on the Gyro cover. They've already taken out Paparazzi with the Earth Splitter, splitting this fight, as well as the Echo Stomp. 11 gets the ulti off, but he's dead soon after, with the Magnetize on top of him. They look over the rest of the fights. They've already taken out 3. The Magnetize on Ori and Lanham. The chase is on, but they won't find them. They'll just take out the familiars as well as the Helm the Dominator, or the Dominated Hellbear.
And I must say, that's 3 heroes plus the familiars plus the Dominator creep. Lots of damage coming their way. Now looking at the 7k network lead actually. Guess what? It's fast rage time because you just kill the hero, and after that comes the T2 mid. And this time there's no Venomancer Moira to save you, Vici.
Aegis on aggressive, and I can understand that. XSS not exactly the best hero to have the Aegis on once you use that shapeshift.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I think it's still reasonable. He wants to split push quite a lot with the Lycanthrope, so giving the Aegis.
Hard soon on the
Same.
Tiny. Coming into that.
And that's an interesting item. So I was expecting something more lines of an AC to further get rid of the armor after you already have the Elder Titan on your team who maxed the natural order. But apparently they really want that hard so Tiny doesn't die, and it's a Venomancer, you could argue that's the right call to make. However, he already has the something out there. He did go for the power treads. He has a lot of passive health just coming from stats already. So straight up going for a heart. I'm not sure if that is the right call, but looks like he's going to see it through.
Could that be strictly off the fact that maybe XSS goes for the AC after BKB?
Well, that could be. But if you can have a fast AC on a Tiny or Lycanthrope, it doesn't really matter where you put it on. Lycanthrope can go for other items. Nonetheless, they're going to be super tanky in the fights, and they probably don't care about the Venomancer. He's not doing too well. He did go for a Vanguard himself, so apparently Venomancer with Vanguard is now a thing. Going into the Crimson Guard, which is probably the right call against Lycanthrope. I would say his team told him, we need a Crimson Guard who's the furthest behind. It's you, Venomancer. Have fun.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Going for a lot of arm in general. Vici is finishing up the AC too.
So push it all the way to the tier 3, and they are going to shapeshift with the rolling boulder coming out though for the boulder smash. Oh, what a shot from Baboka! Are you kidding me? Long range downtown, shoots it in for 3, and Ori now in a lot of trouble. Geomagnetic grip as well as the boulder smash again. XSS will clean up Ori, and Baboka. A nice shot called there with that boulder smash. I'm impressed every single time.
That was such a prediction, actually, knowing he's not going to TP by utilizing the shapeshift from over here without having any vision on the Visage. And let's go for it in the end and still find him. Oh look, guess what? 3 Venomancer in the mid lane. Might even get Lanham.
Yeah, they should be able to get him with the Geomagnetic Grip. Avalanche comes through, and the damage from SRF all too much. They're getting heavily killed here. 12,000 net worth.
They can easily kill off 2 ranks if there's not a full lineup from Vici on the high ground.
Alright, you can enfeeble the Tiny, but 2017 or 217 minus 4 is really not a big deal. You're still hitting for 213.
That's all the outages. Then 14k net for fleet now. I know it's looking pretty grim for Vici. They can't really get that gyrocopter online. He doesn't do enough damage even with the BKB. Look at him, he's going straight for the rapier in 26 minutes.
Wow. That's
just a desperation move because realizing no other item can potentially save them in the game. But even if he reaches the rapier, what is the barrier there for IG to just run up and kill him? It's only the Sun King.
Just like that, Avalanche toss comes out. Paparazzi forced to use that BKB, but look at the amount of damage they're just not doing. To the side of IG is now they've got the ulti coming through from the Venomancer. So the Beast Grip that was used by Fenrir. Earth Splitter comes out. That's going to hit onto 11 as you continue on further into the base. They've got the Equistop. That's going to land on 2 with the Magnetize that hit a couple of these heroes. They'll take out Lanham next. Once he comes out of this sandstorm, he's actually dusted up. Doesn't go down. Blinks into the well. They'll take up Rax. They've lost nothing. Homing missile hits onto Q, but it doesn't quite matter.
It's just nothing Vici can do against this. They're gonna lose the range ranks as well. Might get aggressive. You just got thrown out. Maybe. Nope, it's Tiny. Never mind.
I don't even think he cares if they do grab the Aegis on him. He's ready to be back to full health.
but on the other hand, he has a heart, and he's just hitting, and the only thing he needs is like 50 mana every 15 seconds. Look what he finds. It's an arcane rune. He's gonna pick it up. Yeah, of course, it's gonna be like a trade. I don't think there's much stopping IG from just running up high ground once more.
There's Aegis expiring, but he's back up to full health. Anyway, now gets the mana and the smoke from IG. They continue to want to put the pressure on. They're going to run right into 11. So that is a huge problem. There's the Rolling Boulder. That's going to be right onto this Venomancer. Venomancer's got literally nowhere to go. Avalanche toss. XSS gets the kill. And now you take a look a little bit deeper into the base as they go for the tier 3. Fenrir can only just watch his tier 3 just get annihilated here.
Well, tier 3. I don't see any tier 3 here.
Ooh, Blink with the toss. Ori into the rest of the team. Where do you go from here? SRF on the sidelines. Nobody's going after him except for Lanham finally coming through with a barrel strike. They've got the BKB pop by Paparazzi was also the Earth Splitter coming in. Nobody did just yet on the side of IG, and nobody really unhealthy on the side of IG. SRF, if he really wanted to, he could pop those Nature's Attendants, but he doesn't need it. He'll continue to move on forward, take the bottom tier 3, take the bottom set of racks, and now IG are going to start to infiltrate the base. You take a look at Paparazzi's name. People's put there from Fenrir, but it's not doing enough to deter IG that much. They step back for a moment. They've got Shapeshift. They go back in. Avalanche toss with the damage coming out from XSS. The Burrow Strike's going to keep Lanham alive for a moment for the Geomagnetic Grip. That gets the kill. Now they look over at Paparazzi with a look at this aim, but his damage coming out from SRF. Ori goes down. They look over at 11. That's going to be more than enough damage to get the kill again. Lanham with the epicenter. That does absolutely nothing. The Echo Stomp comes in. That's going to sweep up this Sand King. Down he goes. Dead again. GG's called 2-0 IG.
Like intro. Nothing else to say.
Enchantress. Nothing else to say. Come on, that guy.
Yeah,
SRF killed
them.
him.
Sproinks and wolves. Lots of creeps, lots of summons, and just a gyrocopter not getting online.
Again.
I must say, their offlane Venomancer not really working out either.
Yeah. The Venomancer didn't really get much done, and it seemed like once SRF had enough space to come online and do everything that he needed to do, 8-1 and 13, he was making space for the rest of the team, and over mid, XSS had a great lane, and from there was able to work, especially once SRF hit 6. It was just that easy for IG, and they take the series 2-0, solidify themselves as at least going to the playoffs, and, you know, now you take a look at the group. They're going to have 7 points, 3 points in front of LFY in just as many series. It looks really good for them.
Yeah, and there's still half the game left to Keen Gaming, which is going to be interesting. If Keen Gaming manages to get some points off of IG, they're going to throw the entire group stage over. Like, then we're looking at probably CDAC and Vici Game potentials getting stuck in the bottom row. Vici Game and the LGD really fighting it out against them. So it's all on Keen Gaming versus Invictus.
Basically, IG need 1 point against Keen Gaming, and they clinch. Because even if they were to tie with LFY, they beat LFY 2-0 in their series, so tiebreaker I would assume is that. And they'd take top of the bracket, top of the group. And that puts them straight into the semifinals, which means they're 1 win away from going to, or 1 series win after that, from going to MDL, which is perfect. And IG, this new lineup, this is a decent group of Vici, Keen, Vici Gaming Potential, CDC, and LGD Forever Young. So it's nothing to, you know, just say, oh, it's just Chinese Dota. There's so many teams, and they're just in an easier group. This is a group full of teams that are killers at times, and IG
the problem with Chinese Dota. The problem with Chinese Dota is that all the teams in the top area are just so good. Then they have too many good teams. God damn it! We need a new team, new tier for them.
Yeah, there's 12 teams in this qualifier. Every one of them, I would say, has a shot at qualifying at least. Maybe 1 or 2 that don't fit the bill, and if you look at the groups, you can tell who they are. But for the most part, 80% of the teams, they're rock solid, and on any given day can make a play. And IG Vitality, they've got 5 points. They have the same record as IG. We could see both IG teams qualify for a big-time tournament in the first time in, what, like a year? That hasn't happened in a long time. And with IG taking that series 2-0, they're looking really good right now. So that's it from us. IG take the series 2-0 over Vici. I think they're 1 point away from qualifying for at least the semifinals of the playoff area of this qualifier. I'm your caster, B-Cop, at BCop92 on Twitter. I'm joined here by Bottom of the Moon, at Bottom of the _Moon on Twitter. And that's it for us tonight. It is now just about 7 o'clock in the morning for myself, and I think, midday for you. And it's been great. I really do appreciate it. I love Chinese Dota. I know the camera work was a little sloppy in this last series. I was getting a little bit tired, to be honest, and I do apologize for that. And I hope you guys can forgive me. It was crappy, and I'll be the first one to admit that. And I hope to make it up to you guys in the next series that I get to do. And thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon. See you guys later.